Sunday?
all of that,
What you getting paid a Sunday?
Does your Sunday rate go? No.
They don't care about no
matter how many
worldly.
times I'm Grammy
Church could
nominated.
care less about your plaque.
About your worldly
You don't care about
plaques,
exactly.
worldly endeavors.
Only what you do for Christ will last.
Yeah, better believe it.
Okay, 100%. I'm with you. So like, I'm giving my gift out. So it's like I'm preaching that too. Like it's all good. Like what you want me to do?
You ain't getting 17.5.
Right. If you was paying me 17.5 a Sunday, I'll be there.
Maybe 17. I wish you would tell a pastor that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I come play for you for
let's just say $1,750.
I mean, pastors, be honest. Like you're a musician, you're doing a negotiation, and he said $1,700 a week. What you doing? You flinching? What you doing? How you handling that conversation?
Just say that.
Probably not gonna get that.
Not even close.
Bro.
Let's say $750.
Yeah.
Not even that.
No, bro. I started off at 50. It graduated to 100, and then like 250. I think the most I ever got was like 350 a Sunday.
I never got 350 a Sunday.
Wow. And it was two musicians. It was a keyboardist, me, and an organist. It was a 5-piece band.
I'm playing the songs, writing the songs, doing all the rehearsals, everything. I think the most I got a Sunday was 150.
Wow. Then we would double up.
That's valid. That's absolutely valid. Like I think growing up for church, when I was playing in church, when I grew up, like I didn't get paid anything. Like there was no nothing. It wasn't until like I was an adult and had a family that they actually started paying me. And even then it was like you said, like $50 here. Then got to where you was making 100. And then I think I capped out finally before I left that church, which again, I served that church for over 20 years. So I capped out there probably at like 400 and some change. It was 500 on paper, but they took out taxes. Church musician, especially in the black church, you know what I'm saying? Like you're making anywhere from like, realistically like 200 on the average end to like 500 on a high end. That's 750. That's like, oh snap. Like your homeboy would call you like, bro, like so-and-so called me. Oh, they called you? How much, bro? Yo, they gave me 750. And you would be excited about that if you got that. But like, I was excited over $500 a week, in my pocket. But then when I unpacked that and I was like, yo, that's like, okay, 2 bands a month. Wow, I'm making $2,000 a month playing for this church. Bro, that's like $4,000 a year. And then when you start researching that, you're like, yo, like if you're making less than $30,000 a year in the United States, that's classified as poverty. So I'm like, yo, I was really excited over $500 a week, not realizing that is poverty. That's the poverty level. And that was the beginning. Once I understood that was the beginning of me like really learning how to diversify my income and not over leveraging what I make into one pot. You know what I mean? Like the name of the game is not like, because you hear people talk about multiple sources of income. The name of the game is not multiple sources of income. It's multiple sources with multiple streams flowing into them. A lot of people talk about that. They talk about the multiple sources, but they don't talk about the streams that are flowing into it. You could create a source like right now. I could just wake up tomorrow and say, I'm a painter. I can get a LLC, open up a bank account with $0 in it. All of that. Buy the paintbrushes, ladder, everything I need to be a painter. And I have just created a source of income just by declaring that I'm a painter. But the problem is there's no streams coming in. Unless I'm painting a house, unless I'm getting calls to paint, I'm not making any money. So if your source isn't making any money, it's just a source. You got to have a stream flowing into that source. And my whole philosophy is always multiple streams flowing into multiple sources. Develop you multiple sources of income. Yes, do that. That is the thing to do. But you also need to figure out, how do I leverage this source into multiple streams? How do I get multiple streams? Because what happens is one stream may dry up. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have another stream coming into that source will just become a dead source. And a lot of us carry around dead sources.
After church is over.
Oh yeah, I was moving around.
Excuse me. Oh yeah.
I didn't
It
have
was torn.
time
Wow.
because I'm doing 2 choirs. If the I'm the minister of music, so if the pastor got to go out, I got to go with him.
That's crazy.
Like I'm all in.
Wow.
150.
Yeah.
Said, the Lord. I mean,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
Lord
yeah.
you talking about,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He got mansions and streets of gold.
Right.
Y'all
12
can't shave off none of that gold.
100%.
Make a nigga a chain or
Y'all
something
pulling
like
up
y'all.
in roses.
Make me a change.
You mean Jesus Christ?
You out here broken. You just want to change.
I want something.
Something. Show me something.
I want something.
Let
We
me
talk about
see.
this Jesus that
Yeah,
got the whole
exactly.
wide world in his hand.
S500,
Can he stick one of them hands in the bank and pull me out some cash and hand it like, come on, man.
What we talking about?
We
You ain't got to start it.
the church needs to stop acting like Jesus is broke.
your babs up.
Jesus got that paper.
Come on.
That's crazy. And that's why it works. So, I mean, but of course, these guys, they grew up in the church, transitioned into R&B. That's a whole nother conversation about how like so many of our, like R&B legends and people that have really done anything that got their start in church. But if you want to know pastors and stuff that like to demonize like musicians and people like that for like, giving their gift outside of the church, this is one of the reasons why they got driven away from the church. Their talents, their giftings, all of those things got driven away because of how they were treated, how they were compensated or not compensated. You know what I mean? And then they honed those talents and those skills in the church. But then when they got over into the secular, aspect of it, the secular was like, yo, you're a superhero. You can really sing. You can really play. You can really produce. We're going to reward you for something that the church was never able to give you. We're going to give you what they should have been giving you. And that money will pull them away from it because again, they're trying to sustain themselves. How do you make a career in music? How do you generate revenue? How do you take care of your family? How do you provide for yourself? How do you keep the lights on? And it doesn't work with, speaking in tongues. $500 a Sunday is still 20,000. That's to less than $30,000 a year. You know what I mean? Where are you living? Where are you living in the United States on $20,000 a year in this day and age? It's just not happening. So if you think like you're really doing something, this is just like another perspective to give you guys. If you as a pastor are thinking that you're really, really doing something, you really, really blessing this guy by giving him 500. Now, if that's your best 500, if your church budget is really low and that 500 is a sacrifice, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the person who's got the super church and y'all bringing in 6+ figures, 7 figures a year. And you really think you're doing something by giving that guy $500 a week. The person who I'm talking to knows who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to, as they say, hit dogs holler. You know what I mean? So that's my thing. That's my take on it. Like, yo, musicians, understand what it is. Like, get your game up, get your bag up, explore other alternative sources of income if you want to do this full time. Otherwise, just go get you a regular job. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you tap in on that or what have you and tap into the Patreon and all of that stuff below. All right, that's my take. You all want to thank you for making it to the end of this video. First of all, thank you for watching to the end. If you made it to the end, make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, drop a comment, and let me know what you think about everything that I've talked about. And make sure you check out the Patreon link down below. Hop over there for some exclusive content. All right, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. I'm out. Holla at your boy.